Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Judy B. Jones Readalong August live show, also known as the
The
finale.
last one. I know we just both briefly said that we're both relieved and sad that
Both are true.
it's about to be over.
Yeah. When did I first start the Magic Treehouse read
That's what I
along?
was gonna say. When did we start Magic Treehouse? Well,
Year.
I participated through the whole thing, but I was adopted into hosting mid Magic Treehouse.
If I quickly Magic Treehouse,
Like, do you have the doc of the schedule?
I might.
It's been years,
Yeah, it's been quite a long time.
like at least 2 years,
It started.
probably 3. No.
It started in July of 2022.
So 3 years.
It's been a
It's the
minute.
end of an era.
It is. So today our plans are to briefly
Mm-hmm.
discuss Aloha-ha-ha and Green Bunny,
Yes.
and then we will proceed to read that turkey book together.
Yeah, we're reading Thanksgiving together.
This is the perfect
Rolling might change. Is
for
it the 70s? You can just take it to the bank. At least my bank takes it not rolled.
You can
Okay.
also find them. Yeah, there are machines that do that in like
Right.
grocery stores. But
Right.
if it's like an enjoyable pastime for you, then
Right.
obviously
Sure.
roll away. Okay, should we start with our ratings for Aloha-ha-ha?
Yeah. I did read both of these today, and I've mentioned that I'm kind of crabby today.
Okay, so did
But
you give it 2 star? Like what?
I gave it, yeah. I gave Aloha-ha 2.5.
Okay.
Um, I just thought there was a lot in it that was unrealistic. I'll just
Okay.
say that. And also, I'm like living in the trauma of taking 2 kids on a vacation, and it was like honestly just spiking my anxiety a little bit.
That's fair. Hello, Lizzie. Um, the machines take a percentage. The ones near me in my bank only takes rolled. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, Danielle gave these 5 stars. Obviously, I gave Aloha ha ha. Title's hard for me. I gave it 3 stars. It was not my fave.
Mid.
It was mainly about her getting stuck in this swim ring. And
Yeah, that I thought was like it irritates me. I'm also coming off of like being around other toddlers, and I do think the whole thing of like I'm misbehaving, so I get this thing really bothers me.
mhm,
And so her even getting the swim ring was like to me like this is no.
yeah. Okay, so just to establish some brief context for this one, this is all about Junie B. Jones's trip to Hawaii. Her
Mhm.
parents don't tell her until like the day before they're going.
That's a good strategy. I'll give them
Yep.
that.
Excellent choice. And she finds out she's super excited and she goes on her trip and spends most of the time stuck in a swim ring that
Yeah.
is too small for her.
Yeah.
And that's the book.
Yeah. Basically.
But did you have any other thoughts from this one?
No, I liked the photo of like when she had the grouchy ladies on the plane and they like ended up in the photo, but I didn't like the concept of the grouchy ladies. Honestly, in my experience, I think people do say that kids on planes annoy them, but I've never had anybody be like rude when my kids are being annoying in public.
Yeah.
Like I think for the most part, most people like are sympathetic that you are the most upset that it's happening. um yeah. And just how much Junie B was like saying in front of people like out loud she was like the grouchy ladies near me, and then on the bus she was like all these old people
Yeah.
like
Yeah. She is just willing to say things. I think like I looked through my highlights again right before we logged on.
mhm,
I think what just one of the things that stood out to me was back when she was still at school and she was telling all of her classmates during show and tell what she would be doing, and Sheldon had been talking about gambling and playing craps, and May was like, he said a bad word, he said a bad word. And I just loved Mr. Scary's response that he said, May, dear, I'm very sorry to ruin this special tattling moment for you.
The like, wait 20 minutes and then wait 20 minutes and then go home.
I have liked as the series has progressed that it's clear that like Junie B is not the only
Naughty
problem in the classroom.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in kindergarten they all had weird personalities, but I feel like she was the problem.
Yeah. I will say even in this one, and then especially the next one, I am sick of Lucille.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, 'cause I don't remember any of these, but I've said that I, like, really like the characters in the kindergarten ones.
Yeah.
And Lucille's, like, one of the few who is still in her class this year, and I like her in kindergarten. Now, everything she says is just too much. Like, to me, the stuff she says in kindergarten is more like, she'll say stuff and then be like, "Oh, not everybody has this." But now she's straight up being like, "Yeah, 'cause I'm rich and better than the rest of you." Like, the vibe has changed.
It's definitely getting more overt, I would say.
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't know if it's a product of, like, her growing up, and so that's the change, or just because she's such a caricature in the author's head that she was like, "Okay, this is how she's always talked," when that's not the case. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which I was gonna say Lucille in particular, I remembered hating when I was younger, so I was interested to see what I thought, and yes, I don't like her.
Yeah. But I liked her in kindergarten.
Yeah, especially at the beginning, because, like, for me, some of the things at the beginning she thought were fancy were not that fancy, so it kind of felt like she thought they were richer than they were.
Okay. Yeah, I would also agree. And now they're just, like, really building on it that, like, no, she actually is, like
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, like, kindergarten was giving, like, upper middle class, now it's like, "Oh, no, they're actually, like, rich."
Rich, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like how much we get of the other kids, like, as the series continues.
Yeah.
We definitely got in kindergarten, but I feel like less of them were like, there were just less that we cared about.
Yeah.
In there. Did we have any other thoughts about that one, or are we ready to talk
Not
about
that I can think of. I want my kids to stay with Grandma and Grandpa Miller on my next vacation.
Amen to that. I don't remember how I felt as a kid when they were in kindergarten versus first grade, since I read them all blended. As an adult, I agree she was more tolerable in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Okay, Dumb Bunny, how did we feel?
I rated it the same, a 2.5 star.
Okay. I know that nostalgia has blinded me in this case, because this one, not only did I read it, but, like, I know it very well because we actually owned it as a book on CD, and it was in the rotation of books Michaela and I would listen to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I've heard the audiobook many times.
I did remember this one. So, like, I remembered that she found the golden egg. I didn't remember that she gave it to Sheldon. But, like, also I was getting the vibe that, like, she was gonna get the purple thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jelly bean.
But it was especially interesting because I listened to the audiobook so much growing up that even though I read it with my eyeballs, I, like, heard it the way that it's performed, which I think is really fun. Like, I think her voice in the audiobooks is more fun than it is in my head.
I didn't listen to any of these on audio, like, the whole Junie B. Jones series, so I can't even, like, picture.
That's crazy.
The narrator.
Like, there's one narrator that does all of them, and I think she does a fantastic job, and they're really silly to listen to, so I recommend
I should, like, try that in the car for Mabel, to be honest.
Yeah, they're fun. So this one I did give 4 stars because of
nostalgia.
Yeah.
I mean, do you, like, actually think it's better than the last? Like, do you?
Well, I thought the plot was more interesting than being stuck in a swim ring.
Okay, yeah.
But
I'm also like the Nana being so mean.
she
He
was
really was like, "Oh, Junie B, I remember you."
yeah.
And also, though, I keep thinking it's weird that like the parents are dropping their kids off for things, but I also think it's a sign of the times. Like now, if you were bringing your kid to an Easter egg hunt, like you would be staying, supervising.
It was a mixed bag depending on the event for me growing up.
No, but I'm like me also growing up, but I'm like now I
Gotcha.
would not be dropping my children off in my
Yeah.
mind.
Okay, so the basic idea of this is that Lucille is inviting everybody over to her house for an Easter egg hunt and party, and whoever finds the golden egg gets a special play date with Lucille where they will swim in her indoor pool.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of weird antics around this.
No.
Like Sheldon
Yeah, we have a
suddenly,
budding romance.
yeah, budding romance between Sheldon and Lucille, which seems incorrect because Sheldon's kind of gross, and I feel
I
like that's
also
not
like
good with Lucille.
was it May who was like, I'm only pretending to like Lucille because I want to win just like Sheldon? And I was like, I don't know if Sheldon's like that sneaky, to be honest. I think he might actually have a crush on
Yeah,
her.
I don't think he's that sneaky, and I think it's hilarious that May will say to Lucille's face, "I'm going to pretend to be friends with you so
Yeah.
that I can win."
Yeah.
She's May as a character is just diabolical across the board.
Yeah.
But the big conflict in this one is that Junie B wins this contest to pull out the purple jelly bean, but it turns out her prize is that she gets to dress the Easter Bunny, and everybody makes fun of the fact that she's dressed like the Easter Bunny, and she feels silly. And yeah.
So that's bad of me. I do think we're getting so far like into a series where it is like really Junie B's picked for all of these things.
Yeah.
It's her every time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Main character energy for sure though.
Yeah, even like finding the egg. Okay, what's the likelihood of that? Like, sure, she gave it up, but like,
yeah. Well, also the like, you found the jelly bean and the egg.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I don't. This one was just fun for me to read because it was bringing back memories, but I don't think there's like much to discuss about it.
No.
And
It
I
makes
also
me
know
sad,
that
like,
like
think
it will take us a minute to read through this
like,
turkey's book.
I don't get the vibe that Barbara Park, like, knew she was done with the series, so I'll be curious as we read this last one, and it just makes me sad. Rest in peace, Barbara Park.
Although, I don't know, let me double check.
Like, I don't think that the next one was ever pitched as, like, the final book in the Junie B. Jones series.
No, it would be kind of an awkward one.
Yeah.
To be, but also it was first published in 2012, and Dumb Bunny was published in 2007. So there's like kind of a gap between them.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll be interested when we read it to see if we can figure out why.
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah.
So, any other thoughts before we jump in?
I don't think so. We're gonna read the last one. Okay.
Yeah. So do we want to alternate chapters like when we read the Magic Treehouse book? Great.
I'm gonna try to move downstairs just because Buddy's sleeping across the hall. But if my laptop almost dies, I'll come back up here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Would you like to travel with me? Would everybody like to travel with me? Wee, the dog. Oh, you can't see.
Also, in case anyone is curious, because I just keep calling it the turkey one, the book that we're about to read, Turkeys We Have Loved and Eaten and Other Thankful Stuff.
Yes.
Which
the final book in the Junie B. Jones.
It's a first grader book, and so I'm curious to see if it takes place around Thanksgiving because that does mess with the timeline.
Because we go straight from Easter to Thanksgiving?
Yeah, because she already had Christmas.
Oh, because Thanksgiving would be like second grade if we're getting to Thanksgiving.
Right. So,
I get what you're saying.
But maybe she had like written it and then was like, I don't like this one, and then fixed it. I don't know. The point is, we'll find out. So, All right, I can start.
Okay, one moment.
Okay, I'll wait.
You're gonna have to.
Danielle says she's excited to roll change and listen to Junie B. Jones. Not that different from a Saturday at my grandma's when I was
feel
7.
like we may, in our heads, imagine her voice a little differently, so I'm excited to hear you start reading this out loud.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay. Chapter 1, The Contest. Monday. Dear first grade journal, today is the month of Thanksgiving. At Thanksgiving, we draw a lot of turkeys. Also, we draw pilgrims and Native Americans. They are eating at a table usually. Both of them seem to enjoy squash. I do not actually understand pilgrims. Their costumes look hottish and sweatish. This week, Room 1 is making a list of the stuff we are thankful for. After we get done, we will put our list in a school contest, and the room with the bestest thankful list will win. Also, we're having a Thanksgiving feast on Wednesday. Our families get to come to school. Thanksgiving is a lot of work. Your friend, Junie B., first grader. I closed my journal and thought about squash. Can you show them the photo?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And thought about squash. Bluck, I said out loud. I hate squash. May did a frown. Shush, Junie Jones. Can't you see that I'm still writing? She said. May is the girl who sits next to me. I am not thankful for her. Just then, my teacher, Mr. Scary, stood up at his desk. Boys and girls, it's time to get started on our thankful list for the school contest, he said. Can everyone please put your journals away? Yes, we shouted back. Yes, yes, yes. Then all the children slammed our journals shut, very happy. Slam, slam, bam, slam, bam, slam, slam, bam. Mr. Scary sucked in his cheeks at us. He made us open our journals again, and we had to shut them quietly. It was some sort of slamming lesson, I believe. Finally, he moved on. Okay, last night's homework was to write down some of the things that you are thankful for, he said. He picked up a piece of chalk. Today I will start printing our thankful list on the board, he said. We will work on the list today and tomorrow, and then we will enter it in the school thankful contest. A boy named Roger raised his hand. Do we get a prize if we win? He asked. I always try harder if there's a prize involved. Mr. Scary did a frown at him. We're not doing this for a prize, Roger, he said. We're doing this to celebrate the things we're thankful for. Roger tapped his fingers on his desk. So is that a yes or a no on the prize? He asked. Mr. Scary stood there a minute. Then all of a sudden, a smile came on his face. We did not expect that. Okay, fine, Roger, he said. I was going to let this be a surprise if we won, but yes, there is a prize for winning the contest. All of Room 1 perked up our ears, because who doesn't love a prize? Of course, prizes, of course. What is it? What is it? We called out. What is the prize? Tell us, tell us, tell us. Mr. Scary walked back and forth, very thinking. He said he was really not supposed to tell us the surprise, but then, he did a wink, and he told us anyway. The winning class is going to get a homemade pumpkin pie, he said. He smiled real big, and here's the best part. The pie will be made by our very own lunch lady, Mrs. Gladys Gutzman. After that, all of the children just sat there, and we didn't say any words. Instead, our faces turned kind of sickish, and we slumped way down in our chairs. Finally, I raised my hand. Pumpkin pie makes me vomit, I said. My friend Herbert nodded. Me too, he said. Pumpkin pie makes me vomit too. Me 3, said my other friend named Shirley. Me 4, said a boy named Lenny. My grandmother's pumpkin pie sits in my mouth like a big wad of goop glop. Roger looked at Mr. Scary. A prize that makes us vomit doesn't seem like much to shoot for, he said. Mr. Scary sat down at his desk and rubbed his head. Okay, let's just forget about the pie, he said. Really, this contest is not about winning a pie. This contest is about appreciating all the wonderful things in the world that we are thankful for. He looked around the room. If we're lucky enough to win, the real prize will be how proud we'll feel about doing our best, he said. A first grade class has never won this contest before, but I think this class has a great chance. You're definitely the most creative first graders I've ever had. Roger stood up. Now that I believe, he said. My brother Rodney was in your class last year, and Rodney is adult. Mr. Scary closed his eyes. Then he rubbed his head more. This was not going to be a good morning, probably.
Sorry, I can't stop yawning. Okay, just to know, I do like pumpkin pie. Danielle does not.
Yeah, anti-pumpkin pie. but she likes key lime pie.
Oh,
Pie
interesting.
is not the best dessert, in my opinion.
I like a apple pie and a pumpkin pie. Okay, chapter 2, some thankfuls. Mr. Scary moved on again. Okay, boys and girls, let's really get started now. If you'll please take out your homework papers, we'll begin sharing our ideas. Who would like to go first? I quick pulled out my homework. Me, I shouted, because I have 4 excellent thankfuls, and I am not even kidding. Then I sprang up like a spring, and I started to read my thankful list. First, I am thankful for the turkey I love at Thanksgiving. Second, I enjoy the gravy. Plus, number 3, I am thankful for the kind of cranberry jelly that comes in a can. Only even when you take it out of the can, it still keeps looking exactly like the can. I looked at my teacher. That stuff is like magic, I said. I do not know how farmers grow it in that shape. Mr. Scary stared at me a real long time. I looked back at my list. Oh, and here is my favorite one of all, I said. I am thankful for the kind of biscuits that come in a tube, and then you bash them on the counter, and they come exploding out, and everyone jumps. Plus, also, my brother Ollie starts to cry. I grinned real big. That is just a fun bunch of biscuits. My friend Herbert jumped out of his seat. I can't believe it, Junie B. I'm thankful for those biscuits too, he said. He quick grabbed his homework page and held it up. Look, see, it's right here on my paper. Exploding biscuits. After that, me and Herb did a high five, and a low five, and a medium five. Also, we did a fist bump. A fist bump is when you knock your knuckles together. Sometimes it can be painful. May threw back her head at us. Oh, no, she said. That cannot be true. Both of you did not write that by yourselves. You copied each other. I know you did. Who in the world is thankful for exploding biscuits? All of the children thought for a second. Then one by one, they all started to shout, I am, I am, I am too, they shouted. My friend named Sheldon Potts sprang up from his chair. Me too, he called. One time I ate 6 exploding biscuits right out of the tube, and they weren't even cooked yet. All of our eyes popped out of our heads because that was the greatest exploding biscuit story we ever heard. We looked back at Mr. Scary. His eyes were stuck on Sheldon. You're a fascinating little boy, Sheldon Potts, he said. Yes, I know. You keep telling me that, said Sheldon. Mr. Scary smiled. Then he turned to the board and he wrote the words, Thankful List. Okay, Junie B, how about if you pick out your top 2 favorites and we'll start the list off with them? I stared at my paper, very thinking. Then I told him my 2 favorites, and Mr. Scary printed them on the board. 1, cranberry jelly in a can. 2, exploding biscuits. He took a step back. Well, just as I thought, we're off to an interesting start, he said. He turned back to room 1. As we continue, if you've brought a long list, please just pick the 2 things that you are most thankful for, okay? Okay, we shouted back. My friend named Lenny waved his hand to go next. All right, Lenny, your turn. Tell us the number 1 thing in your life that you are the most thankful for. Lenny yelled it out. Nipsy Doodles, he said real loud. I love Nipsy Doodles. Mr. Scary's face went funny. He did not move for a minute. Then finally, his eyebrow raised to the top of his head. Nipsy Noodles, Len, he repeated kind of quiet. Really? That's the number 1 thing in your life that you're thankful for? Nipsy Noodles? Lenny nodded. Then he checked his homework just to be sure. Yes, he said. Nipsy Noodles is number 1. He smiled. They are a tasty little cheese snack unlike any other. Mr. Scary nodded very slow. Yes, I know, Lenny. I've heard the commercial, and I'm sure they're very tasty. But just out of curiosity, what is number 2 on your list? Lenny's face started to beam. Number 2, rainbow sprinkles, he yelled. All of room 1 started to clap, because the whole world loves rainbow sprinkles, of course. Mr. Scary didn't move again. Then finally, he picked up the chalk and he added Lenny's 2 thankfuls to the list. 3, Nipsy Noodles. 4, rainbow sprinkles. He stepped back and took a big breath. All righty, let's take another look at what we have here so far, he said. We have 4 delicious food items, don't we? But just remember, there are other things to be thankful for too, right, boys and girls? Right, we said. We thought and thought. Like what? We said. Mr. Scary chuckled. Well, for one thing, in our entire country, we're lucky to have freedom, he said. Freedom is one reason the pilgrims came to America. He looked around the room. Did anyone put freedom on your thankful list? All of the children looked at their lists. Then everyone shook their heads no. Roger stood up again. We're only 6, he said. We don't really have any freedom. Period. He thought for a second. I'm not even allowed to cross the street by myself. Me neither, said Shirley. I have to stay in my own front yard. Jose raised his hand. I have to go to bed at 7:30, and half the time it's still light outside, he said. Herbert stood up too. Well, wait till you hear this one. I have to eat cooked carrots or I don't get a cookie after dinner, he said. Then Sheldon slapped his hand on his desk, and he shouted real loud. I am forced to take a multivitamin, he hollered. Does that sound like freedom? Mr. Scary held up his hand. Okay, calm down, everyone. I get it, he said. He looked back at our thankful list. Then he nodded at us, very thoughtful. Boys and girls, you are absolutely right. You are first graders, and you can be thankful for whatever you want, he said. This list should be exactly what you want it to be. Not me, not the contest judges, not anyone else but you. He smiled. Thanks for showing me that, he said. You're welcome, we said back. We are a polite group. Mr. Scary looked happy again. All right, who would like to go next? He said. And remember, whatever you say will be perfectly fine with me. Sheldon jumped up. Toilet paper! I'm thankful for toilet paper, he shouted. Mr. Scary's eyes got big and wide, but he quick snapped out of it, and he printed the words on the board. Number 5, toilet paper, he said. Sheldon grinned real excited. We're going to win this contest for sure, he said. He did a thumbs up at room 1. Then all of us did a thumbs up back, except not actually Mr. Scary.
Lizzie loves pumpkin pie, and Danielle's family never had cranberry sauce.
We don't do cranberry sauce either, and I don't like turkey, period.
There we go. And then this was about Sheldon eating 6 exploding biscuits that were not cooked.
Not cooked. Emphasis on the not cooked.
That was really good. I have exploding biscuits in my fridge right now. If anyone's
You should eat them today. Cooked.
Yes, obviously cooked. Thank you, Bailey. All right. Chapter 3, Thankful Bags. Tuesday. Dear first grade journal, today is still the month of Thanksgiving. But hooray, hooray! We're going to have show and tell for the whole entire day today. That is because yesterday, Mr. Scary gave us thankful bags to take home with us. And today we had to bring them back with something we are thankful for. We are keeping them a secret till show and tell. I brought something that I love very much. Here is a helpful hint. It is not my brother, Ollie. Your friend, Junie B., first grader. I put down my pencil and I looked around the room. All of the children had their thankful bags next to their chairs. Some of the bags looked empty-ish, and some of them looked full-ish. My thankful bag looked middle-ish. I picked it up and put it on my desk. Then I leaned over and I tapped on May's arm. My thankful bag is middle-ish, I said, real pleasant. May did not pay attention to me. I tapped on her arm again. You are probably wondering what is in my bag, but I cannot tell you, on account of it has to stay a surprise until show and tell, I said. May turned her back on me. This time, I tapped on her head. Helpful hint, it is not my brother Ollie, I said. Just then, May exploded out of her seat, and she tattletaled real loud. Mr. Scary, Junie Jones will not stop bothering me, she hollered. Mr. Scary frowned his eyebrows at me. I waved my fingers very friendly. Hello, how are you today? I am fine, I said. I was just showing May my thankful bag. I held it up in the air. It is middle-ish, I said. Mr. Scary kept on frowning. I put my bag on my desk, and I folded my hands very polite. Okay, I guess that about wraps it up, I said. Mr. Scary got a teensy smile on his face. Sometimes he enjoys me, I believe. Pretty soon, he stood up at his desk, and he clapped his loud hands together. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to get started with our very special day of show and tell, he said. Please put your journals away and arrange your chairs in a circle. We slammed our journals shut. Slam, slam, bam, slam, bam, slam, bam. Mr. Scary sucked in his cheeks at us. We quick opened our journals again and we shut them very quiet. After that, we put our chairs in a circle and we got ready for a whole entire day of show and tell. Woohoo! I said to Herbert, this is a dream come true. A whole entire day with no learning. Herb laughed and clapped. I wish every day had no learning, he said. Me too, I said. If every day had no learning, school would be a lot more popular. May butted into our conversation. Well, I am thankful for learning, she said. There is nothing I like better than learning. Learning, learning. After that, she started skipping around her chair. I did a glare at her. Here's a suggestion, I said. Why don't you skip on home? May stuck out her tongue at me. There was no need for that, I believe. Just then, Mr. Scary clapped his hands again. Okay, everyone, make sure you have your thankful bags at your chairs, and please take a seat. All of us got our bags and sat down. Good job, he said. It looks like we're ready to begin. I can't wait to see what kind of wonderful things you're thankful for. He pointed to Roger. Roger, would you like to start us off? He said. Roger's face looked sickish. Why? He said. Why me? I didn't even raise my hand. Mr. Scary smiled. I know you didn't, Roger, he said. I just thought you might like to start us off, that's all. Roger did a gulp. Oh, he said. Well, I wouldn't. Mr. Scary stopped smiling. Okay, it wasn't really a question, Roger, he explained. I would like you to go first. Roger's face got sweaty on it. He just kept sitting there. Mr. Scary crossed his arms at him. Roger, he said, we're waiting. Finally, Roger did a big, deep breath. Then he stood up real slow and he picked up his thankful bag. It looked empty-ish. Mostly I'm just thankful for this thankful bag, he said. He held it out in front of him and he gave it a little shake. I don't know why I like this bag so much, but I'm just really, really thankful for it, he said. He did a pause. The end, he said. Then he quick sat back down. Mr. Scary frowned. Really, Roger? Seriously? He said. In your whole life, you're only thankful for the plastic bag I gave you yesterday? That's it? Roger stood up again. Oh, well, no. I mean, I'm thankful for other stuff too, he said. Mr. Scary raised his eyebrows. Like? Roger's face got stress in it. Like, he quick looked all around himself. Then all of a sudden, he stretched out the bottom of his t-shirt. Like this t-shirt I'm wearing, he said. I'm very, very thankful for this t-shirt. Roger's face got sweatier. This t-shirt is, he looked at it harder. White, he said finally. Mr. Scary nodded real slow. Yes, he said. We can see that, Roger. Roger kept stretching his shirt. Then he turned up the bottom and he read us a tag. Machine wash warm. Lay flat to dry, he read. After that, he stretched out the back of the neck and he read us that tag too. Boys size 6 to 8, he read. Made in. Mr. Scary quickly held up his hand. That's enough, Roger, he said, very sternish. Roger kept on standing there. Honduras, he said. Mr. Scary snapped his loud fingers. Roger sat down. Show and tell was not off to a good start.
All right. A whole day of thankful.
Danielle already also has exploding biscuits to make dumpling.
Nice. Are we ready? Mm-hmm. Chapter 4, Diving. Mr. Scary stared at Roger a real long time. He said they would talk about this later. Talk about this later is the school word for getting yelled at when there's more time. Roger slumped way down in his seat. After that, Mr. Scary looked back at the class. Okay, everyone, we're going to continue now, he said, but this time, please raise your hand if you actually brought something to show. Lucille sprang out of her chair. I did, she hollered. I brought the best thing you ever saw. Then she reached down and she pulled a big, giant purse out of her thankful bag. Wait till you see this, children, she said. I brought something that everyone in the whole world is thankful for, and I have lots and lots of it. After that, she turned the big, giant purse upside down. And wowie, wow, wow, out came money, shouted Lucille. Money, money, money. I am thankful for money. Room 1 did a gasp at that sight. Then all of our mouths fell open at once, and our eyes got bigger and bigger. And then, bam, we dived for it. Money, we hollered. Money, money, money. I started to grab, And it's the paper kind, I yelled. Lucille laughed, really happy. Then she turned her thankful bag inside out, and more money fell out on top of us. Wee, woohoo, yippee, we hollered. Mr. Scary was hollering too, I think, but it's hard to hear your teacher when you are money diving. Finally, he raised his voice to a louder level. It was the level that means business. Go back to your seats, he hollered. Now. Everyone stopped grabbing, and they hurried back to their seats, speedy fast. Except for not actually me. Instead, I kept on sitting on the floor, because I had a teensy problem. Mr. Scary glared his eyes at me. Junie B. Jones, did you hear me? I said, go back to your seat. I nodded, real nervous. Yes, I said, only I have a teensy problem. I pointed at his shoe. You're actually standing on a fiver, and so if you could just lift up this one shoe right here, I can get my money and be on my way. I tapped on the foot he should lift. Then I waited and waited for it to move. But it did not actually budge. Instead, yikes! I felt myself get lifted off the floor, and I got carried right back to my seat. Mr. Scary sat me in my chair. I smiled real twitchy, and I smoothed my skirt. Okie doke, I said. I believe I will just sit here now and behave myself. Mr. Scary kept on standing there. I waved my fingers at him. Alrighty then, have a good day, I said. He took some deep breaths. Deep breaths are what teachers do to keep from screaming. Room 1 stayed quiet as a mouse. I could hear Mr. Scary's nose whistle, but now was not the time to tell him he needed a tissue, probably. Finally, he finished breathing. Then he picked up Lucille's big, giant purse, and he went around the circle, and he made all of us put her money back. Sheldon hung his head. I'm sorry, he said. Free money makes me cuckoo. Herb nodded. Me too, he said, especially the paper kind. At my house, I don't even get an allowance. Me neither, said Roger. My parents expect me to live at home for free. Lenny rolled his eyes. Oh, well, I get a whopping quarter for taking out the trash. Seriously, that's it. 1 quarter. He threw his hands in the air. I mean, why even bother? Mr. Scary snapped his fingers. That means knock it off. After that, all of us stayed quiet while Mr. Scary went to the board. He stood there very thinking. Then finally, he picked up the chalk and he added money to our thankful list. After he finished, he took Lucille by the hand and he walked her to the door. Boys and girls, Lucille and I are going to take her money to the office for safekeeping, he said. But while we are gone, I want you all to stay in your seats and I want you to think very, very hard about what just happened here. He narrowed his eyes at us. I think we all know that Lucille's family is wealthy, and we are all very happy for her, but there are lots of other things to be thankful for besides money. Right, Lucille? He said. Right, she said back. She shook her head around in the air. I'm also thankful for my shiny, gleaming hair. Then she kept on shaking it until Mr. Scary said, Please stop. He looked at her. Believe it or not, Lucille, there are plenty of people who don't have money or shiny hair, but they are still very happy. Lucille fluffed herself. That's just nuts, she said. Mr. Scary pulled her out the door.
Emma called, but sorry. Danielle's show is on. Danielle is also thankful for money. We're laughing about Mr. Scary standing on a fiver. That was crazy that Junie B called it that.
Yeah.
And then asked Lizzie if deep breaths do help with the screaming for teachers, and Lizzie said yes. Chapter 5, Talking It Over. I did what Mr. Scary said. I stayed in my seat, and I thought very hard about what just happened here. First, I tapped on my chin. Then, I scratched my head, and I strained and strained my brain. But nothing actually came to me. Finally, I tapped on Herbert. Okay, I give up. What just happened here? I asked. Why is Mr. Scary so mad at us? Herb did a shrug. I'm not really sure, he said. We dived in a pile of money. Who wouldn't do that? May jumped up and pointed to herself. I wouldn't. That's who, she said. I did not dive in the money pile. Instead, I walked around the edges with dignity, and I picked up whatever money squeezed out. Herb looked curious at her. How much money squeezed out? May stood there a minute. None, she said. Exactly, said Herb. May sat back down. Herb looked at the board and sighed. I have a feeling that Mr. Scary really hates our thankful list. May threw her head back. Of course he hates our thankful list, she said. Just look how stupid it is. She hurried to the board and she read each item out loud. 1. Cranberry jelly in a can. 2. Exploding biscuits. 3. Nipsy doodles. 4. Rainbow sprinkles. 5. Toilet paper. 6. Money. I scratched my head again. I don't see the problem, I said. I think we have a nice little assortment there. May stamped her foot. It's stupid, Junie Jones. Stupid, 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 she said. Who in the world is thankful for toilet paper? Sheldon raised his hand. I am, he said. My grandpa, Ned Potts, says that toilet paper was one of the greatest inventions in history, especially after they put that little cardboard rolly thing inside. I nodded. Yes, I said, that cardboard rolly thing is a genius. If you put some string through it, it makes a lovely necklace for Mother's Day. Jose jumped up. Plus, if you have 2 of them, you can make binoculars, he said. I make binoculars and spy on my sister, and they really, really work. May did a huffy breath at us. Well, I don't care what you guys say. My mother, Mrs. Mary Murky, says our list from yesterday is ridiculous. She says children are never thankful for the right stuff, and so that's how come she started a brand new thankful list for us. She reached in her pocket and pulled out the list. My mother says if we use this list, we will win the contest for sure. She unfolded it. Who wants to hear it? Who wants to hear the brand new list my mother started? No one raised their hand. May read it anyway. Our thankful list by Room 1. Number 1. Room 1 is thankful for our mothers who cover us in blankets of warm, fuzzy love and make our hearts overflow with joy bubbles. Number 2. Room 1 is thankful for the happy sound of our mother's laughter as it tinkles through the air and melts like musical snow crystals in our ears. Number 3. Room 1 is thankful for May. The end. May looked up and grinned. I added that last one myself. I think it fits right in, she said. She folded her list up again and she skipped back to her seat. At first, Room 1 did not say any words. We just stared at each other with curious eyes. Then finally, Lenny spoke up. I think we should stick with the Nipsy Doodles, he said. All the children got relief in our faces. Yes, yes, me too, we said. May's face looked angry at us. She stomped her foot again. I knew this would happen. I told Mother you people wouldn't listen. She covered her head with her sweater. All of us ignored her. We looked at the board some more. Then all of a sudden, Shirley clapped her hands together. Hey, wait, I've got an idea. Let's put something on our list that every grown-up likes. That way Mr. Scary will be happier with us, and maybe we'll get more votes from the grown-up judges. I thought for a second. Yeah, but what does every grown-up like, Shirley? I asked. I don't even have a clue. Shirley thought for a second, too. Then she sprang right up. I got it. It just came to me. Nature, she said. Every grown-up loves nature. They love flowers and trees and mountains and oceans and other junk like that. She clapped her hands. Plus, every grown-up I know loves cute little forest animals, she said. Let's put that one on the board. Let's put cute little forest animals. She ran to get the chalk. Sheldon quick stood up. No, Shirley, wait. He called, my Aunt Bunny is a grown-up, but she doesn't love forest animals. Last summer, she had a run-in with a raccoon. It jumped on her head, and then it just sat there like a hat. He did a shiver. For a very long time, I mean, he said. Herb nodded. My mother doesn't like forest animals either, he said. Last year, we went to the state park, and a squirrel spit on her when she handed him a Frito, he said. He looked disturbed. She said a bad word. We have it on video. Lenny raised his hand. My grandmother doesn't even like the forest, he said. Last year, we took her camping, and she got her foot stuck in a pork and beans can. He covered her face, very embarrassed. She said she was trying to make camp slippers. After that, all the other children started telling terrible nature stories too. Shirley hung down her head and went back to her seat. I leaned over and patted her. Don't feel bad, Shirley, I said. Being thankful is just harder than we thought. See, said Jose. He held up his thankful bag. I brought in our TV remote, but now that seems estupido, he said. He looked over at Roger. I wish I'd forgotten mine like you did, Raj, he said. Roger squirmed in his chair. Well, I didn't really forget mine, Jose. He said, I brought in a can of whipped cream, but I squirted it in my mouth before school started. Jose smiled. Who wouldn't? He said. Just then, we heard feet in the hall. Shh, Mr. Scary is coming, Mr. Scary is coming, we whispered to each other. Then room 1 got speedy quiet, and Mr. Scary and Lucille walked right in the door. And ha, we did not get caught talking. Mr. Scary took Lucille back to her chair. She fluffed her shiny hair, and she did a spin. I didn't even get in trouble, she said. All I had to do was put my money in the safe, and I had to promise not to throw dollars at poor people. Mr. Scary frowned his eyebrows. I don't really think that was our message, Lucille, he said. We talked about not bragging, and we said that having money doesn't make you better than anyone else. Remember that? Lucille fluffed some more. Nope, she said. Then she skipped in a circle and she twirled herself into her chair. Mr. Scary looked at the rest of us. Boys and girls, I'm sure you all know that diving for money was not a good decision, correct? He said. Correct, we shouted. We did not really believe that, but sometimes it is just better to shout correct. Okay, good, he said. Then if all of you promise to behave like ladies and gentlemen, we'll get on with show and tell. We promise, we shouted. Mr. Scary smiled. We relaxed our shoulders. When a teacher smiles, everything feels better.
Wow.
Danielle is also thankful for toilet paper. I literally named my dog.
And I'm not thankful for nature. Well, I shouldn't say that. It wouldn't be top of my list.
Fair enough.
Chapter 6, Something in Common. Mr. Scary roamed his eyes around the circle. Okay, let's get started again. Who has brought something so special that you can't wait one more second to show us? Me, I shouted. Me. No, me, shouted May even louder. Then she quick jumped up and she reached into her thankful bag. And so I quick jumped up and I reached into my thankful bag too. And then boom, both of us pulled out our thankful items at the very same time. And I could not believe my eyeballs, I tell you. On account of me and May brought the same thankful item from home. And here's the shockingest part of all. They were the exact same stuffed elephants. It still takes my breathing away to think about that, because me and May are nothing alike. And so how can we be thankful for the same elephants? Both of us kept staring at this terrible situation. We could not even say any words. Mr. Scary leaned back in his chair and smiled. Well, this is very interesting, isn't it? He said. His smile got bigger. I actually love this, girls, he said. It just shows us that even when people are quite different from each other, they can still have things in common. He stood up. That's what happened with the Native Americans and the Pilgrims, remember? He asked. Even though they were different from each other, they were thankful for many of the same things, and that allowed them to become friends. I quick raised my hand. Yeah, only May and I are not friends, Mr. Scary. Plus, I don't even get pilgrims. I said, their costumes look hottish and sweatish. May stepped in front of me. Well, I love pilgrims, she said. I wish I was wearing hot, sweaty pilgrim clothes right now. I did a huff at her. If I was an Indian, I would not eat squash with you, I said. Mr. Scary laughed. See, girls, see how different you are, he said. But look, you're both thankful for the same little toy. I frowned my eyes at that comment. Philip Johnny Bob is not a little toy, Mr. Scary, I said, real annoyed. Philip Johnny Bob is the bestest stuffed animal friend I've ever had. May nodded. And my elephant is my best stuffed animal friend, too, she said. His name is Police Sergeant Chuck. And I have known him since my mother brought him home from the store. She held him up for everyone to see. My mother made this little police uniform for him. See it, everyone? She said. He has a little police jacket and a little police hat and a shiny little police badge. She looked at Philip Johnny Bob and made a face. Police Sergeant Chuck does not have patches sewed on him like Junie Jones's old elephant, she said. Junie Jones's old elephant has been all torn and ripped. I made squinty eyes at her. Yeah, only here's a new newsflash, madam, I said. In Mother Nature, elephants do not wear police uniforms. In Mother Nature, Police Sergeant Chuck would look like a nitwit. Philip Johnny Bob laughed out loud. Ha, good one, Junie B, he said. Plus, I love my patches. Me and Philip have the same actual talking voice. I hugged him real tight. Yes, I know you do, Phil, I said. Plus, the only reason you have patches is because sometimes, when you and I wrestle, I accidentally throw you too high in the air, and then you land on the ceiling fan, and I have to turn up the fan speed to get you off, and then you fly across the room, and you land on the pointy living room lamp. Philip hugged me back. But I love riding on the ceiling fan, he said. It's fun. I smoothed his softy ears. I know it is, Phil. That's how come I throw you up there whenever Mother is out of the room, I said. May did a gasp. Friends do not throw friends on ceiling fans, she said. Riding on a ceiling fan is even against the law, I bet. Police Sergeant Chuck nodded real fast. Yes, yes, I bet I could arrest him for that, he said. Chuck and May had the same voice, too. May smiled. Yes, I bet you could, too, she said. And so Police Sergeant Chuck got right in Phil's face, and he said, I'm taking you to jail, Peanut Butter and Johnny. Then he popped Phil in the head with his trunk. And so Philip bopped him back, and then bam, they wrestled all around in the air, and they bopped and flopped and socked and thunked. Plus also, they chased each other around the show and tell circle. All of room 1 laughed and clapped. It was very joyful. Then, whoa, 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 a loud voice interrupted all the excitement. Knock it off, you two, it said, right now. Everyone looked up. Mr. Scary's face was reddish and maddish. Also, his hair looked wildish and springish. Me and May stopped running speedy fast. Phil and Chuck stopped running too. Mr. Scary ran his fingers through his wildish hair. What do you girls think you're doing? He said. Me and May looked nervous at each other. We rocked back and forth on our feet, and we tried to think real fast. Well, let's see, I said very shaky. What do we think we're doing, May? May's voice was shaky too. Well, right now we think Police Sergeant Chunk is chasing Peanut Butter and Johnny because Peanut Butter and Johnny is running away from him. She glanced her eyes at me. Right, Junie Jones? I nodded my fastest. Yes, I said, that is because Peanut Butter and Johnny does not want to be arrested by a nitwit elephant in a police suit. Just then, Police Sergeant Chuck looked shocked at me. Hey, he shouted, you can't say that. Then he turned around to May, and he hollered, cuff him! And before I knew it, May pulled some teensy handcuffs out of Chuck's jacket, and she tried to put them on Philip Johnny Bob. But ha! Philip was way too fast for her, and he ducked out of the way. Then me and Phil started to run again. Only this time, Mr. Scary stepped in front of us. And he took Philip right out of my hands. Plus, he took Police Sergeant Chuck out of May's hands, too. After that, he snapped his loud fingers for us to sit down. And so both of us sat. End of joy.
This is about Philip Johnny Bob, I believe.
Also, Danielle saying that she was hoping punches would be thrown. Here you go.
This is your moment.
It's not Junie Jones and May, but they have the same voices.
Yeah. Okay. Chapter 7, Stinky. Mr. Scary put our elephants on his desk. He did a sigh at May and me. Then he went to the board, and he thought for a minute. Okay, you two, I'm going to put your friends on our thankful list, but I am not happy with the way you behaved just now, and we will definitely talk about this later, he said. Roger looked over at us. Welcome to the club, he said. Mr. Scary frowned at him. Then he added our elephants to the list on the board. After he finished, he stood back, and he read the list out loud. 1. Cranberry jelly in a can. 2. Exploding biscuits. 3. Nipsey Doodles. 4. Rainbow sprinkles. 5. Toilet paper. 6. Money. 7. Philip Johnny Bob. 8. Police Sergeant Chuck. Well, he said, this list might not win us a pumpkin pie, but it certainly is unusual, isn't it? I smiled and nodded. Yes, I said, plus we don't even care about the pumpkin pie. Remember that? Pumpkin pie makes us vomit. Mr. Scary looked at me. Yes, I do remember that, Junie B, but thank you for mentioning it again, he said. Not a problem, I said. Just then, Lenny waved his hand real urgent. Ooh, here's a little pumpkin pie trick I learned last Thanksgiving, he said. I don't actually swallow the pie. Instead, I just keep it in my mouth until my grandmother thinks I swallowed it, and then I run into the bathroom and I spit it in the sink. Mr. Scary closed his eyes. Good to know, Len, he said. Lucille jumped up and did a fluff. I have a pumpkin pie trick too, she said. First, I put the pie on my fork. Then I plop it in the rich, expensive napkin that is on my lap, and I wad it all up, and then I skip it into the kitchen, and I give it to our rich, expensive chef. She did a few more fluffs. After that, I don't know what happens to it, she said. Then she spun herself back into her chair. All of room 1 thought for a minute. Then other children started calling out pumpkin pie tricks too, and so Mr. Scary quick held up his hand. Stop, please, boys and girls. I get it that you don't like pumpkin pie, he said. It's just that I don't want anyone to be disappointed if we don't win the contest. All of us looked around at each other. Then Herbert raised his hand. But see, we think that you're the one who's disappointed, Mr. Scary, he said. May said that you hate our thankful list because we're not being thankful for the right stuff. May popped up from her seat. I tried to get them to change it, Mr. Scary, she said. My mother, Mrs. Mary Murky, made us a brand new thankful list you would really like, but everyone wanted to stay with Nipsey Doodles and exploding biscuits, so it is their fault we won't win that disgusting pie for you. I looked at her real angry. I would like to explode a biscuit on your head right now, I said. Then everyone laughed, except not May, plus not Mr. Scary. He did a glare at me. Whoops, sorry, I said. That was very too harsh. Mr. Scary turned back to the class. Boys and girls, please believe me, I will not be disappointed if we don't win the pumpkin pie, he said. I promise. He paused for a second. Then his face got a little smile on it, and he made his voice real secret. Shh, don't tell anyone, okay? But I don't like pumpkin pie either, he whispered. Room 1 got very quiet. Then, all of us started laughing at once, because sometimes teachers are just like normal people almost. Mr. Scary looked at the clock. Okay, everyone, I think we have time for 2 more thankful items before lunch. Who would like to go next, he said. Shirley raised her hand. I would, she said. I've been waiting to show this all morning. Then she quick stood up and she reached into her thankful bag and she pulled out a box of Snossages, she shouted. I am thankful for snossages. Mr. Scary raised his eyebrows. Snossages, Shirley? He asked. Really? Yes, said Shirley. Snossages are little sausage snacks for dogs. And last year when my dog Stinky got sick, he wouldn't take his pills to get better. So my mother stuck his pills in snossages. And then Stinky ate them, and he got better. And so snossages saved Stinky's life. Whoa, said Herbert. Wow, said Lenny. That is a powerful snossage story, Shirley. I know it, she said. We are trying to get it made into a major motion picture starring Stinky. After that, she passed around a snossage snack. Plus, also, she passed around a picture of Stinky. Mr. Scary went to the board and he wrote number 9. 9. Snossages. Then he winked at Shirley and he added number 10. 10. Stinky. Shirley beamed from ear to ear. All of room 1 beamed too. The day was getting happier.
Who names her dog Stinky?
I don't know. Also, the fact that I had to say snossages so many times, I just want us to acknowledge how difficult that was.
I'm proud of you. All right. Chapter 8, 3 Squeezes. Mr. Scary checked the clock again. Okay, it's time for our last thankful item before lunch, he said. Shirley's snossage story was so nice. I'm wondering if anyone else has an animal you're thankful for. Sheldon's hand shot up like a rocket. I do, Mr. Scary. I have 3 animals I'm thankful for. And guess what? I got my picture taken with every single one of them. He quickly leaned down to his thankful bag and he started searching through it. He stopped to glance up. And here's the part that you're really going to love, he said. All of the animals are Thanksgiving animals, Mr. Scary. All of them are turkeys. Mr. Scary looked happy at the news. Turkeys, he said. No kidding, Sheldon. That's great. I know it, said Sheldon. My Uncle Vern has turkeys at his house, and he took pictures of me with the 3 that I loved the most. Mr. Scary smiled real big. This is perfect, Sheldon. I didn't even know that your Uncle Vern was a turkey farmer. Sheldon looked puzzled. He's not, he said. Uncle Vern and Aunt Bunny live out in the woods. He did a pause. They moved out there to get away from the law, he said. Mr. Scary cleared his throat real nervous. Yes, well, that's fine, Sheldon, but the story is really none of our business, he said. Well, I think that it's our business, shouted a loud voice. I think he should be arrested. All of our eyes turned to May. Her face looked shocked at us. Don't look at me. I didn't say that. It was him, she said. Then she quick pointed to Police Sergeant Chuck on Mr. Scary's desk. Mr. Scary rolled his eyes, very annoyed. He told May to button her lips. She started to sputter. But. Mr. Scary snapped his fingers at her. Then he turned back to Sheldon. Please forgive that interruption, Sheldon, he said. I really can't wait to see your turkey pictures. I've seen wild turkeys when I've been hiking, but I've never been close enough to get a picture. Really? Said Sheldon. That's odd. It's easy to get turkey pictures at Uncle Vern's. He brings them right inside his camper. I'm worried. Mr. Scary's face went funny, but he didn't say any words. Then, all of a sudden, Sheldon found the pictures he was looking for in his thankful bag, and his whole face lighted up. I found them. Here they are. Here are the pictures of me and my 3 favorite turkeys at Uncle Vern's, he said. He took them out and put them in order. Number 1 is Gary Gobbles. Number 2 is Harry Gobbles. And number 3 is Larry Gobbles. He smiled real big at that one. Larry was from last year, he said. He is the turkey I loved the most. He jumped up and held Larry's picture for all of us to see. Look, everyone, see him? See Larry? We leaned in closer. Then all of our faces went funny. Plus, Mr. Scary's face went funny again, too. Well, this isn't what we expected, Sheldon. He said, this isn't a picture of a wild turkey in the woods, is it? He did a hard swallow. This is a picture of a cooked turkey on your plate, and you're eating it. Sheldon nodded, really happy. Yes, he said, I know. At Thanksgiving, we take pictures of the delicious turkeys we have loved and eaten, and this is Larry from last year. He looked curious at our teacher. Don't you take pictures of your Thanksgiving dinners? He asked. Mr. Scary thought a minute. Well, yes. Now that I think about it, we do, Sheldon. We do take pictures of our Thanksgiving meals, he said. Sheldon smiled at Larry again. Larry was my favorite, he said. Look, see? Uncle Vern gave me the drumstick. In our family, it is an honor to get a Thanksgiving drumstick. Sheldon stood up straight and tall. The drumstick is what a king gets, he said, real proud. I thought about that. I've never gotten a drumstick, I said, real disappointed. Me neither, said my friend Herbert. My mother says if she gives me the drumstick, I'll slop it on the tablecloth. Sheldon beamed. My Uncle Vern didn't care if I slopped it, he said. He just told me, enjoy it, Sheldon. Sheldon grinned real big. And here's something else I love about Thanksgiving at Uncle Vern's, he said. Before we eat, we all hold hands around the table and we squeeze each other's hands 3 times. He joined his 2 hands together and he showed us how to squeeze. 1 squeeze, 2 squeezes, 3 squeezes, he said. 3 squeezes stand for 3 special words. He looked around the room. Can anyone guess what the 3 special words are? He asked. Room 1 thought and thought. But we could not come up with the 3 special words. Finally, Mr. Scary put his hand on Sheldon's shoulder, and he smiled down at him. I love you, he said. Sheldon stood there for a second. Then he smiled kind of shy. Stop it. Well, I can't even say it now. Well, I love you too, he said. But can you guess what the words the 3 squeezes stand for? Oh no. Mr. Scary stood there very frozen. He did not make any more guesses. And so finally, Sheldon blurted it out. Happy Turkey Day, he said. The 3 squeezes stand for Happy Turkey Day. And so that's how come we always name the turkeys. So stupid. Because they make our Thanksgiving Day happy and delicious. And we don't ever want to forget them. I thought that over in my head. Room 1 thought it over too. Then all at once, we started to clap. Because that is the... I can't stop laughing. Because that's the nicest way to remember a turkey that we ever heard of. Sheldon looked at his Thanksgiving pictures again. Cut me off.
Good old Larry from last year, he said, kind of quiet. Mr. Scary smiled. Then he walked to the board and he picked up his chalk and he wrote it on the board. 11. Good old Larry from last year. Room 1 clapped some more. Good old Sheldon Potts. You okay?
No. Like, it's so stupid, but it's funny. Okay.
I feel so bad for Mr. Scary.
I love you. Oh, well,
I love you too, but...
I love you too. Thanks, Sheldon.
Okay. Chapter 9, Socks and Other Surprises. Wednesday. I'm really getting all the journal entries.
You are.
Wednesday. Dear first grade journal, today is the day for the Thanksgiving feast in room 1. All the children had to dress up like pilgrims or Native Americans at the first Thanksgiving, and so that is how come I told Mother, do not make me a pilgrim costume, and I mean it. I could not have been louder, by the way. Only what do you know? Mother said she forgot I told her that. Plus, also she gave me the costume. She gave the costume job to my grandma Helen Miller, and so big surprise. This morning, Helen brought the costume to my house, and oh no, it was a stupid pilgrim dress. I did a shriek at that thing. Then I ran down the hall and out the back door, and I hid behind the trash can next to the steps. But Mother found me speedy fast, and then me and her had a little tussle. And what do you know? Now I am sitting in my chair at school, and I am wearing a stupid pilgrim dress. This is the worstest day of my entire school career. Your friend, Junie B. I do not want to be a pilgrim, and I mean it. I slumped in my seat, real glum. Then, bam! The morning got even worse. On account of May came running into the room, and she was dressed like a Native American Indian girl, and that is what I wanted to be. I slumped lower in my chair. May hurried down our row, and she poked me in the arm. Hello, Junie Jones. Hello. She said, look at this Thanksgiving costume my mother made for me. I'm a Native American Indian girl. She poked at me again. Look how great this costume is. Look at the fringe on the bottom of my dress. Look at the beads around the collar. Look at my cute moccasins. Look at the long braid in my hair. I turned my face away from her. Look at the back of my head, I said. May ran around in front of me. Guess what my name is, Junie Jones? My name is Chief May, chief of everybody, and I will be bossing around the Native Americans at the feast today. Plus, I will be bossing around the pilgrims too. After that, she looked me over. Let's see. It looks like you're a little pilgrim girl, she said. A little pilgrim girl is not the chief of anyone, is she? A little pilgrim girl is just a girl. She did a smirk. What is your name, little pilgrim girl? She asked. Do you have a name? I made squinty eyes at her. My name is Get Out of My Face, Chief Nutball, I said back. I do not know where I came up with that great name. These things just come to me. May frowned her eyebrows. I think your name is Pilgrim Grouchy, she said. After that, she swung her long braid in my face, and she sat down in her seat. Just then, Mr. Scary came hurrying into the room. He'd been talking to someone in the hall. His face beamed at our costumes. Boys and girls, you look so great in your Thanksgiving outfits, he said. We're going to have the best time with our families today. He held up one finger. And don't forget, today the office is going to announce who won the thankful contest. I did a loud groan. Great, I grouched. I'm already hottish and sweatish. Now all I need to do is win a pie and vomit. Suddenly, a loud noise interrupted my grouching. Tap, 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 tap. It was coming from the hall outside room 1. All the children ran to see. And whoa, it was the principal, and he was hammering a nail in our door with his shoe. All of our mouths came open at that sight. I cannot believe my eyeballs, I said, real shocked. If I nailed a hole in our door, I would get sent to the principal's office. I looked at Mr. Scary. You know that's true, by the way, I said. I have been sent for way less than that. Sheldon raised his hand. How come you're doing that, Principal? He asked. How come you're nailing a hole in our door with your shoe? Just then, his eyes glanced down at Principal's sock foot. Whoa, what kind of socks do you have on there? He asked, real curious. Sheldon quick got on his hands and knees and looked closer. He raised his eyebrows. Are those knee socks? He said. My grandpa Ned Potts wears knee socks. I got on my hands and knees too. My grandpa Frank Miller wears those kinds of socks too, I said. We call them old man socks. Principal's face looked embarrassed at us. He said to please get away from his sock foot. Then he quick put his shoe back on. After that, he did a deep breath to settle down. Then, surprise, surprise, he reached into his pocket and he pulled out a giant blue ribbon and he hung it right on the doornail. Congratulations to you, Room 1, he said, real happy. You won first place in this year's thankful contest. All of Room 1 stood very still for a minute. That is called We Were in a Daze, I believe. Then, boom, we jumped and clapped and danced and yelled, We won, we won, we won, we yelled. Mr. Scary's face looked thrilled at us. I knew you could do it, he said. I told you that you were a special group. Me and Herbert linked our arms together, and we skipped in a happy circle. We won, Junie B, hollered Herb. We won a giant first-place blue ribbon and a big pumpkin pie. Then, screech! All of our skipping came to a stop, because we remembered the vomit part, that's why. Herb and I looked sickish at each other. Then all the other children looked sickish too. Oh no, we said, pumpkin pie. We have to eat pumpkin pie. But then, good old Lenny came to the rescue, because he already had the whole thing figured out. Don't worry, everyone, I've got a plan, he said, very excited. He pointed to the back of the room. "We've got a giant cleanup sink back there, remember?" he said. All of us looked at the cleanup sink. "So?" we said. Lenny grinned. "So if anyone makes us eat pie, we'll just put it in our mouths, then run to the cleanup sink and quick spit it out," he said. All of room one thought for a second. Then, woof! A big breath of relief whooshed right out of us, because spitting pie in the cleanup sink is a genius, of course. We started smiling again. Hooray for Lenny! That guy thinks of everything.
They won. Okay.
3 more chapters. We can do this.
We're doing it. My laptop almost died if you didn't pick up on that. Okay, chapter 10, naming stuff. All of us skipped back to our seats. Principal walked to the front of the room, and he saw our thankful list on the board. We had added more stuff on Tuesday afternoon, so now it was 20 whole items long. Principal read the list out loud. 1. Cranberry jelly in a can. 2. Exploding biscuits. 3. Nipsey noodles. 4. Rainbow sprinkles. 5. Toilet paper. 6. Money. 7. Philip Johnny Bob. 8. Police Sergeant Chuck. 9. Sausages. 10. Stinky. 11. Good old Larry from last year. 12. Cookies, but not the coconut kind. 13. Jose's remote control. 14. Lightning bugs. 15. The big box of 64 crayons. 16. Penguins. 17. Lenny's washcloth puppet. 18. Whipped cream that Roger accidentally squirted in his mouth before school. 19. Nasal spray. 20. The Cartoon Network. After he finished reading, Principal smiled real big. Boys and girls, this is the most honest list we have ever had in the school contest, he said. Thank you for telling us what children are really thankful for. Lenny turned around and looked at May. Then he did a big smirk. Nipsey Doodles rule, he said. May turned his head back around. Just then we heard feet in the hallway. And yay, yay, hooray! Our favorite janitor came through the door. Gus Filoni! It's Gus Filoni! I shouted, real thrilled. Gus Filoni is the nicest janitor in the whole entire world. He was pushing a cart with a table and folding chairs on it. I jumped up so he could see me. Gus Filoni! It's me! It's Junie B. Jones! I yelled. Did you hear we won the thankful contest? Did you see the blue ribbon on our door? I hurried to the front of the room. What do you have there, Gus Filoni? Is that folding chairs for our feast today? 'Cause maybe I could help you with them. Gus Filoni did a chuckle at me. Well, Junie B. Jones, don't you look nice today, he said. You're all dressed up like a pilgrim girl. I nodded. Yes, I know, I said. At first I did not want to be a pilgrim girl, and so me and Mother had a tussle behind the trash can. Only now I'm hardly even sweaty. Plus also, I can spit pie in the cleanup sink. And so my whole entire mood got better. Gus Filoni looked confused at me. Principal looked confused too. Mr. Scary walked me back to my seat, and he said for me to please stay put. After that, Principal helped Gus Filoni and Mr. Scary set up the table and chairs. And wait till you hear this. All of our guests had signed up to bring the feast food, so room 1 didn't have to make a thing. I tapped on my friend Herbert. What kind of food is your mother bringing? I asked. My mother and my Grandma Miller are bringing cranberry jelly. Herbert turned around. My mother has to work today, but my grandmother is bringing carrot sticks. Oh boy, I said. I love carrot sticks. Lenny grinned. Me too, he said. My grandmother is coming to the feast, but she's a terrible cook, so I signed her up for napkins. Sheldon heard us talking. My Uncle Vern is coming with my Grandpa Ned Potts, and they're bringing tater tots, he said. I did a gasp at that delicious news. Yummy, yum, yum, I said. Tater tots. May threw her head back. Pilgrims and Indians did not eat tater tots, she said, real annoyed. My mother is bringing the real kind of food that they ate at the first Thanksgiving. She stood up at her desk, and she swung her long braid again. My mother is bringing squash and beans and stewed onions, she said, real proud. After that, room 1 got very quiet. We were thinking about stewed onions, I believe. Then, one by one, we all turned around and we looked at the cleanup sink again. I glanced at Lenny. That sink is going to get a real workout today, I said. Just then, We heard more footsteps in the hall. And yippee, yippee, our first Thanksgiving guest was here. It was Lucille's Richie Nana, and she brought her real, actual chef guy with her. The chef guy was wearing a tall white hat and a long apron. It was all the way to his knees almost. Also, he was carrying a giant silver tray with a shiny lid on top. He put the tray on the feast table and he pulled off the lid. And wowie, wow, wow, it was the giantest turkey I ever saw. We ran to the table. Whoa, said Roger. How much does that big boy weigh? How much did it cost? Said Lenny. Can I have the drumstick? Asked Herb. What's his name? Said Sheldon. The Richie Nana started to sputter. Oh dear. Well, let's see. I didn't really shop for it myself, so I don't know what it weighs or what it costs. I don't think it has a name, she said. She raised her eyebrow at the chef guy. Does it? She asked. I thought for a second, then I clapped my hands. I've got an idea. Let's name him Mr. Turkey Pants, I said. Then I laughed, and all of room 1 laughed too. Names are always funnier if you add the word pants on the end of them. My grandpa Frank Miller taught me that lesson. Just then, another guest came through the door. It was Herbert's grandmother, and she had a big white bowl full of carrot sticks. Whoa, that's a lot of carrot sticks, madam, I said. Sheldon looked at me and grinned. What's their name, Junie B? He asked. I thought again. Their name is Mr. Crunchy Pants, I said. After that, all of us laughed even more. Mr. Scary said, go back to our seats. Boys and girls, I know it's fun to have our families at our Thanksgiving feast today, but we need to be on our best behavior for them, remember? His eyes zoomed in on me. And Junie B, I'm pretty sure we're finished naming the food, okay? I did a salute. Aye, aye, Captain, I said. I am a hoot. Just then, I turned my head and I saw my mother come in with Grandma Helen Miller. And yippee, my Grandpa Frank Miller came too. They put a big bowl of jiggly cranberry jelly on the table. Hey, look, it's Mr. Jigglepants, I shouted. Mr. Scary did a frown at me. Mother and Grandma Miller frowned too. Grandpa laughed real loud. Then Grandma poked him with her elbow. I slid way down in my chair. Oops, I said, sorry. Then I covered my mouth with my hand. And I didn't name food for the rest of the day.
I do feel like we're getting to see a lot of our...
the lunch lady too.
Yeah, and the principal.
Yeah, true facts. Maybe she did know it was the last one.
Mayhaps. Okay, chapter 11, The Feast. May's mother was the last guest to come to our room. She was carrying 3 bags of food. I did a sniff. Something did not smell delicious. It was the stewed onions, I believe. Also, it was the beans and squash. My stomach did a flip-flop at those stinky smells. I took some deep breaths to try to calm it down. Here's a helpful hint. Deep breathing does not work that good when you are smelling stink. Finally, I said the word "bluck," and I held my nose. Mr. Scary snapped his fingers at me. That meant, please let go of your nose, I think. After all the guests were sitting down, Mr. Scary said a welcome speech to them. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our feast, he said. Room 1 would like to thank you for bringing this delicious food to help us celebrate Thanksgiving. After that, he gave the children a nod, and all of us shouted, thank you! A lot of rehearsing had gone into that. This is going to be a wonderful day, said Mr. Scary, so please grab a plate and let's get started. We let our guests go first. That is some kind of guest rule, apparently. Room 1 lined up behind them. Only too bad for me, because someone took the lid off the stewy, pewy onions, and the smell almost knocked me down. My stomach felt sickish and rumbly. I hurried to the end of the food line. Mr. Scary saw me go, but this time he did not get mad. Instead, he made an announcement to all of the children. Boys and girls, today is a celebration of all the things we're thankful for. And since each of us is thankful for different kinds of foods, just take the food you love the most and enjoy every single bite. All of us did a breath of relief. Then things got even better, because Mr. Scary walked over to the supply closet and he pulled out one more bag of food for our Thanksgiving feast. And its name was Nipsy Doodles, shouted Lenny. Mr. Scary brought Nipsy Doodles. He ran to Mr. Scary and did a high five. After that, we could not wait to get our plates of food. It was the tastiest Thanksgiving dinner I ever even ate. I had turkey and carrot sticks and Nipsy Doodles and cranberry jelly. Herb had turkey and carrot sticks and 2 giant plops of applesauce. Lenny just had Nipsy Doodles, and that's all. Plus also, he took 4 napkins. It will make my grandmother feel good, he said. After we finished eating, all of the children walked around the room, and we thanked our families for the food they brought. Thank you for your crunchy carrot sticks, I said to Herb's grandmother. Thank you for your hugey big turkey, I said to Lucille's Richie Nana. Your napkins were delicious, I said to Lenny's grandmother. After that, I thanked Mother and Grandma Miller for the cranberry jelly. Then Grandpa Frank Miller picked me up and he spun me all around real happy. Frank would be fun in my real actual class, I believe. After we got done with our thank yous, Mr. Scary said he had one more happy surprise for us. Then he looked in the hallway, and he did a nod. And guess who came in next? Mrs. Gutzman, I shouted. It's Mrs. Gladys Gutzman. Mrs. Gutzman is the bestest lunch lady in the whole entire world. I sprang out of my seat. Hello, Gladys Gutzman, it's me. It's Junie B. Jones. Mrs. Gutzman was holding 2 pie boxes in her hands. She put them down and waved at me. Hello, Junie B. Jones. Hello, children, she said. Congratulations on winning the thankful contest. She took out a pumpkin pie and she held it up for everyone to see. Boys and girls, I baked these pumpkin pies for you myself, and I used my own family recipe, she said. These pies will just melt in your mouth. Lenny looked at me and rolled his eyes. Mine will be melting in the cleanup sink, he said. Ditto, I said. Ditto is the grown-up word for mine will be melting in the cleanup sink too. Herb's face looked blockish and sickish. I just want to get it over with, he said. Lenny nodded. Let's do it, he said. Let's hurry up and get our pie, and then we'll do a quick spit in the cleanup sink, and it will be all over. Mrs. Gutzman started dishing out the pie. Me and Herb and Lenny took a deep breath. Then we quick ran to the pie table, and we each grabbed a plate, and we ran to the cleanup sink speedy fast. We looked at the pie and made sick faces. Then we took another deep breath, and ready, set, go! All of us shoved some pie in our mouths. After that, we stood there very still, and we let it just sit there. It felt cold and squishy. I smacked my lips a little bit. Herb and Lenny smacked their lips too. Then 1, 2, 3, gulp. We swallowed our pie at the exact same time. And a wowie wow wow, that stuff was delicious, I tell you. My head had confusion in it. Wait, hold it. I don't get it, I said. I hate pumpkin pie, but this pumpkin pie tastes delightful. Herb smacked some more. Yes, he said it does taste delightful. Lenny did not talk. He was busy licking his plate. After he finished, he looked up and smiled. Mrs. Gutzman is magic, he said. All of us laughed real happy, because that was the answer. Gladys Gutzman is magic. We hurried back to the pie table for seconds. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you, I said real loud. This is the bestest first prize I ever ate. I ran and hugged her real happy. Mrs. Gutzman did a chuckle. Then she leaned down, and she hugged me back, and she said, don't call her Gladys.
Okay. Chapter 12, Happy Turkey Day. After all the pie was gone, I threw my plate in Mr. Scary's trash can. And oh dear, that's when I saw him. Philip Johnny Bob was still sitting on the desk with Police Sergeant Chuck, and I had forgotten all about that guy. I ran over and picked him up. Then I hugged him real tight. Philip, I said, how did I forget you? You've been sitting here for 2 whole days, and you did not have one thing to eat. Philip nodded his head. I know it, he said. I would really like some cranberry jelly right now. I patted his softy head. I know you would, Phil, but you can't have cranberry jelly, remember? I said. We tried that last Thanksgiving, and you still have the cranberry stain on your mouth. Phil quick wiped his face. Oh, yeah, right, he said. He looked at the feast table again. Is there anything I can eat over there? He said. I did a sigh. I don't know, Phil, I said. At home, I just shove a peanut up your trunk, but no one brought nuts to the feast today. I pointed to the carrot sticks. What about those, Phil? Would you like me to put a carrot up your trunk? I asked. Phil shook his head no. That would look gross, he said. I nodded. Yes, you're right, I said. It would look gross. I looked around. Then all of a sudden, I spotted a brand new bag of Nipsey Doodles. They were sitting on Mr. Scary's desk, and a Nipsey Doodle was just the right size for Phil. I quick opened the bag, and I put a doodle in his trunk. Yum, said Philip. This doodle is delicious. Thank you, Junie B. Thank you. Just then, a voice shouted in my ear. Hey, hold it. Those doodles don't belong to you, mister. You are under arrest. I quick spun around. The voice was coming from May, but she was pointing to Police Sergeant Chuck. She hurried to Mr. Scary's desk, and she quick picked him up. And then, boom! Out of nowhere, Chuck bopped Phil in the head with his trunk. You stole a Nipsey Doodle, and stealing is against the law, he said. Then May tried to take the doodle right out of Philip's trunk, but Philip ducked around her. Everyone looked to see the commotion. Mr. Scary frowned real big. May started to holler. None of this is my fault, she said. Peanut Butter and Johnny has a Nipsey Doodle in his trunk, and Junie B stole it for him. I stamped my foot. No, I did not, I said. Nipsey Doodles are part of our Thanksgiving feast, and feast food is for sharing. May stamped her foot too. But that wasn't sharing food, Junie Jones. That was a brand new bag, and it belonged to Mr. Scary. Then May tried to pull Phil away from me, but I pulled him back. Plus, Philip bopped Chuck on his head, and then all of us got ready to wrestle. Only before we could even get started, Mr. Scary jumped in between us, and he stopped us from bopping each other. Girls, girls, he said, that's enough. Have you forgotten that we have guests? Me and May looked at our guests. May's mother was frowning at us. Mother and Grandma Miller were frowning again, too. I glanced at my Grandpa Frank Miller. He did a wink. That was refreshing. Mr. Scary kept on talking. I really don't understand what gets into you girls when you pick up those elephants, he said. It's such a puzzle to me. I thought for a second. Then I did a little shrug. I don't know why it's a puzzle, I said. Me and May are just playing with our elephants, and elephants like to bop each other. May nodded her head. Yes, she said. That's what their trunks are for. Trunks are for bopping. That's how elephants play. I thought some more. Then I looked at May. Yeah, only maybe Mr. Scary doesn't know that, May, I said. Maybe he doesn't have an elephant at home. May did a pause. Oh, right, she said. I never thought of that. She looked back at Mr. Scary. Well, anyway, that's how elephants play, she said. So Junie Jones and I automatically know that. I smiled. Yes, I said, we do. Then all of a sudden, blink, a light bulb went off in my head. I did a gasp. Mr. Scary, you were right, I said. Even though May and I are very different from each other, we both love elephants. And so that is how come we are almost being friends just now. Because we have something in common, just like the Pilgrims and the Native Americans. May looked curious at me. Yeah, but we're not really friends, right, Junie Jones, she said. It was just this one time, correct? Correct, I said back. We can't be friends forever, May. That would be ridiculous. We don't even like each other. May got relief in her face. Phew, okay, good, she said, because I really like being different from you. I know it, May. I like being different from you, too, I said. Very different. May smiled back. No, May smiled. I smiled back. Then I tried to do a fist bump with her, but she did not see it coming, and I accidentally hit her in the arm. Ow, she said. Sorry, I said. May shrugged her shoulders, then she rubbed it off. After that, we both skipped to our seats with our elephants, and we hugged our elephants real tight. It was a lovely moment, I think. But all of a sudden, it got interrupted by shouting. I quick looked up. It was Sheldon and Uncle Vern and Grandpa Ned Potts. Happy Turkey Day! Happy Turkey Day! They shouted real loud. They were holding hands in the front of the room, and they were doing 3 squeezes. All of the children stood up. We grinned from ear to ear. Happy Turkey Day! We shouted back. Mr. Scary looked at room 1. His face got beamy and proud. He was thankful for us, I believe.
The end.
Real punches were thrown, Danielle.
Yeah. Danielle said, I hope the school paid her for making that pie from scratch. She probably did it on the clock at least. I looked up some fun trivia. So apparently, the reason that this has a bunch of our fave characters in it is not because it was meant to be the last one. There's supposed to be at least one more after this, but this one was written to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the first book.
Oh.
So
makes sense.
There you have it. What are we rating this one?
I liked this one.
Really?
I did, yeah. I think this one was better than the other 2 we read this month. Okay. This one I probably would have given like 4.
I think I'll give it 3.
Okay.
What did our friends think?
I mean, I laughed out loud, so.
You really lost it during that one chapter.
It was the I love you. And I think it's cute, and we got to see all our people.
Yeah. I do like that it was written for the 20th anniversary.
I mean, it's really sad that it's the last one.
Lizzie's going to give it 4 stars thanks to the lovely audiobook narrators. I think maybe that contributed to me not liking it because I was like, oh, I'm tired of reading out loud.
I was gonna say that I feel like I read so much more monotone than you did. All the characters sound the same when I read out loud.
I don't know. I feel like we both did pretty good.
Yeah. What are you thankful for? I'm thankful for you and friendship.
I'm thankful for that too. And I'm thankful that the Junie B. Jones read-along is done.
Rude!
No, because it means it happened.
I know.
We made it through the whole thing.
We did.
And
like next month when I text you and I'm like, when should we do Junie? Oh.
I'll be like, leave me alone.
When should we have our
And
leave me alone?
It's been almost exactly a year since we started reading Junie B because it started in July of last year.
Yeah.
So that's nice. It did take less time than Magic Tree House, thank goodness.
Yeah. Even though we read less per month. But I mean, I feel good knowing like I've read them all now for sure. And as an adult.
I agree.
And again, I would give these to my kids before I would do Magic Tree House, I think. Magic Tree House by like after a few even I was like, eh.
But they're kids. I don't know.
But they're kids.
I'm just saying, like, they're not going to be like, wow, this is so formulaic, you know?
Yeah, Magic Tree House was like, everything's the same. This at least had like, we're continuing plot. Oh, yeah, I did love Junie B. Jones. I'm glad we did. I'm glad I convinced you to do Junie B. Jones.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Danielle, that we're not doing Warrior Cats.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So do we have any final thoughts?
Parting words? No, again, I just think this whole thing was so fun to do the kids series with the nonfiction. I'm sad about nonfiction ending, but we can still read nonfiction together.
Yeah. Entire Junie B series being obsessed versus one volume of Magic Tree House. That's fair. Listen.
Yeah.
You found people to read Warrior Cats with, and it's not us.
It's not Martine and Bailey. I can't even think of like other kids series that I would have wanted to do. So I think we each picked our nostalgic.
Yeah. I think also like, I don't know, there are not necessarily other series that I'd want to read the whole way through.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking I finished them a while ago at this point, but I also did a series of unfortunate events. Mm-hmm. And I think that to me, because I ended up not liking those, to me is like, maybe I should leave them alone. Leave the children's series to just rest in my mind.
That's fair. That's fair. So thank you to our friends who've been here the whole time.
Yeah, crazy.
And
in reflection, it's crazy to think that like I actually read all of these too.
Yeah. Yeah. When people are like, how did you read so many books this year? I'm like, well, let's talk about the fact that
or I could like be like, I know for 100% fact I've read all the Magic Tree House books. I've read all the Jones books. Like proven fact.
Yeah.
Before
well,
like,
there are 2 Magic Tree House books we haven't read yet.
Oh yeah. Are we gonna do that ever?
Probably.
Should we a year from now do a celebratory reunion and read?
I definitely need a break.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll meet up at some point in the future to catch up on Magic Tree House.
Magic Tree House.
But for now, thanks for being here. The end.
The end, and we love you and bye.
Love you, bye.